So last weekend, my roommate Jake decided that our apartment needed a little order, a little spice. I assumed he meant vacuuming and maybe buying paper towels that didn't look like they'd been through a minor flood. But no, Jake had his sights set on the spice rack, which, admittedly, was less a rack and more a chaotic pile of jars, bags, and one mysterious tin labeled Simply Herbs. So, armed with a label maker and a playlist called Seasonings of Love, he set about alphabetizing every single spice we owned. Things started off sensibly enough: basil, cardamom, cinnamon, alphabetical bliss. But around the time he got to oregano, I noticed he paused, staring at the jar as if it were about to reveal the secrets of the universe. "Oregano," he muttered, then grinned and stuck a label on it: "Oregano, the spice of life." I figured, hey, let the man have his fun. But then, every time we cooked after that, Jake would dramatically reach for the jar and, with a wink, declare, "Time to add a little meaning to our meal." The first time was cute. The fifth time, I started questioning if I'd accidentally moved in with a philosophy major. Things escalated quickly. Jake began giving all the spices existential taglines. Paprika, for when you need a little color in your existence. Thyme, fleeting, just like your youth, and my personal favorite, cumin, because we all need to come into our own flavor. Dinner became less about the food and more about Jake's dead talk on the metaphorical properties of parsley. I invited friends over, only for Jake to insist on sprinkling sage, for wisdom on the side, onto their pasta and handing out napkins with inspirational quotes. I started hiding the nutmeg out of fear it would become nutmeg, the spice that questions if anything is truly real. Last night, as I reached for the oregano mid-recipe, Jake solemnly stopped me. "Careful," he said, "that's not just oregano, it's the spice of life. Use it wisely." I rolled my eyes, but as I took a whiff, I realized he might be onto something. Suddenly, every meal did feel a little more meaningful. So, thanks to Jake, I've learned two things: never trust a man with a label maker, and always be careful when seasoning your food, because sometimes, you end up with a little too much existential zest.